Jackson Radio Show.
Welcome back, everybody. Kevin Jackson here, KJRadio.com. The Democrats caved. They had no other way to go. Ask yourself, when's the last time the Democrats caved? I'm talking about within days. Caved on the tax cuts. They didn't get it. They're going to get crushed on Obamacare. They're going to get crushed on DACA. They think. Let me tell you something. This is the beginning of get used to losing. Well, that actually happened on November the 8th, 2016. Go ahead. Give yourselves a hand. Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year. Yeah, they've already caved. And they're looking for lifelines, and it's only going to get worse because let me tell you, as those negotiations and things continue to come up, you're going to start to hear things about these crooked Democrats, these crooked leftists. We've got a clip from Adam Schiff, and I'm going to give you the strategy of the left in selling this new report that's about to be released. They need to gain some traction on that. They need to get in front of it and say, it's bogus. It's been debunked. None of that stuff is true. Don't believe the truth that you're about to hear because it is the truth of the lie. You know, whatever. They're going to give you some spin. And it's going to be confusing. You're going to believe the truth of the lie of the truth? Or, wait a minute, I'm a little confused here. And they're not going to care because they need you to be confused. They rely on you to be confused. They even tell you to your face, you're too stupid to understand the truth. Schiff said early, we can't let the people know this. They might lose faith in the credibility of our justice system. And now he's saying, well, it's not that. They don't want to give you the underlying stuff, and so you're not going to be able to make up your mind for yourself. And, oh, by the way, the underlying stuff's so complicated that only people like me can understand it. You don't want to have to deal with that. No. You're not ready for that. Yeah, you don't have the strength to deal with that. You haven't been tested enough like they have. You know, because they went to Harvard and Yale and places like that. They're ready for this. Their brains can have, if they would have put into your brains what they carry in their brains, your brain would fry. Yeah, you don't want to go through this, they tell you. We're saving you from yourselves. Help me help you. Strength. See, they sap your strength. That's what the left does. They don't want you to feel strong. They make everything, it's not easy, but it's certainly not difficult. See, life when you're on the dole, the public dole, it's not easy. But it's been made easier, and it's certainly not difficult. When you were on the public dole before, it was tough. To get there, you were like, whoo, you barely could drag yourself there. You were like, oh, you were waiting in line. Everybody looked like they had just been ridden hard, just like old worn out horses. They're just waiting in line. Men would have their hat tipped down so you couldn't see their faces. It was sad. Women, had the children and all that, but, it was a funk fest at the welfare office in the old days. And people were embarrassed. They didn't want people to know they had to be there. It was a last thing. Not anymore. People dress up to go get that check. Well, you going after you get that check, man. Shoot, I'm going to that concert. No strife. No strife in your life. There's an old saying. Winston Churchill actually said it. Kites rise highest against the wind, not with it. Against the wind. We were old and strong and still running against the wind. When I ran track, I used to hate to run into the wind. It stinks then, but if you're going to fly a kite, if you're going to rise high, you need the help of that wind that's fighting against you. It's just the truth. See, the world is going to break you. Just the way it is. That's life. It's funny. I remember when one of my pastors said years ago, he said, hey, God never promised easy. He didn't. He didn't say, if you follow what I tell you to do, it'll be easy. He just said, it will be righteous. That's it. I don't know how it is in your life. Have you wanted to like go with the flow because you knew, man, this is easy. If I go with the flow, there's money to be made. I tell you guys, I don't know how often, but once every quarter or so, if I wanted to go with the flow, I would be filthy, stinking rich. Van Jones is getting his show on CNN. I would be partnered with Van Jones, and we would be ripping. To write a new one. If I wanted to go with the flow, if I wanted to get $50,000 a speech, which is what Van Jones makes, exponentially more than I make. But I won't go with the flow because I don't believe in it. There's nothing inside of me that could make me do it. There you go. The world's going to break you. It's the nature of things. But what happens to some of us is when you're put back together, you're stronger where you were broken. But some people are not. That's not the case. Because they don't have that, that will. That thing that says, you know what? Yeah, I could have gotten something material. I could have gotten something out of this that would have made my life easy or whatever. But you know what? It wasn't worth it in the long run. It's not worth it. See, you can tell yourself that thing would have been better for me, or you can say to yourself, you know what? I feel better having stuck to my principles. That's the way I look at it. I remember in the movie Tombstone, he says, is your soul for sale? My soul's not for sale. Is your soul for sale? I don't think so. Not if you're listening to this program. You've learned strength, or you're learning it. And you know what? You're tired of having people kick you around. And so now you're saying, I know I'm strong. I'm mentally strong. Now let me show you that I have the strength, the fortitude, if you will, to tell you no, to tell you I reject you. I reject your evilness. I reject what you want me to believe about something that I know that I don't believe in, that I've allowed you over the past, 8 years, 10 years, 20 years? How long have you been getting kicked around by your family members, by your friends, by your co-workers, etc.? People who believed in the nonsense of Barack Obama, leftism, progressivism, call it whatever you want, false idols. You have the strength in your own mind to overcome anything. And it doesn't matter what the obstacle is. There are people that are in dire circumstances. I remember that movie, I forget the guy's name, but he was captured by the Japanese and they make him hold up a log over his head and he's dead tired. They've malnutritioned and everything. And the Japanese guy says to the guy that's watching him, if he drops that log, you shoot him. And he's dog tired and he keeps that log above his head. If you think that wasn't God willing that guy some strength that he didn't know he has, you probably haven't been listening to me a long time. Kites rise highest against the wind.
This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.